Hi, my name is Frank Engelhardt, and I run the SFA product line at Salesforce.com. Salesforce.com is the world leader in on-demand CRM. Our Salesforce automation product is helping more than 40,000 customers around the globe optimize their sales processes and collaboratively manage their sales information. In today's presentation, titled AppExchange 101 for Sales Processes, we will talk about some of the key challenges sales organizations face today. We'll briefly highlight how Salesforce SFA provides a powerful solution to these challenges, but our discussion today is really focused on the value that some of our partners bring to the table with their complementary applications available in our amazing software-as-a-service ecosystem through the AppExchange. The AppExchange, our on-demand marketplace, is a groundbreaking Salesforce.com innovation in and of itself, and I'm very excited to introduce to you a few partner key solutions, delivering sales process excellence to our customers today. I'm delighted to have two such customers here with me who are going to share with you how they have been able to leverage solutions on the AppExchange to run their business more effectively. We'll be hearing from Scott Reed, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Pearson Packaging Systems, and Alex Gellman, President and COO of Sonitrol Corporation. So let's get started. This is our safe harbor statement. As you know, Salesforce.com is a publicly traded company trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker CRM. We advise that you only make purchase decisions based on information that is publicly available. You can view this safe harbor statement in its entirety on our website. Before we talk about sales processes and how to optimize them with powerful on-demand applications, let's first take a look at process excellence more generically. Fundamentally, companies today have two ways to capture customers: with the ease and relevance of their product, or because they deliver a great customer experience worth paying for. New companies often focus on the product innovation phase because it is the time when they invest heavily in R&D as a way to differentiate themselves from the competition. They win in the marketplace because they have succeeded in meeting an unmet customer need. But product innovation eventually slows down, and then these companies either have to introduce new products, essentially restarting the product innovation cycle, or turn to process excellence as a means of outcompeting rivals and enhancing the customer experience. We've already seen a great deal done for process excellence in the back office operations for enterprise resource planning, ERP, and supply chain management, and even supplier relationship management. While there are many business processes that can be improved, today we're going to focus on the customer-facing business processes that are closely associated with customer relationship management, CRM, and the positive role an extended CRM solution can play in helping your organization compete better. We'll discuss some of the challenges customer-facing groups encounter today and talk about where process improvement can be easily executed and is relatively inexpensive. More specifically, we'll look at processes for product configuration, pricing and quotation, contract management, and sales forecasting. Let's first take a look at some of the most commonly found problems in corporate sales processes today. Typically, there are four distinct problem areas that have the potential to keep a VP sales up at night. First, weak pipeline is a major issue in many organizations. Leads, even if generated in acceptable quantity, are often either not routed correctly or not followed up on in a timely fashion, or they are not qualified appropriately, all of which results in a poor pipeline that will not deliver the numbers needed to meet sales goals. Second, suboptimal productivity, especially of sales reps and managers, is another common problem faced by sales organizations. Too often, reps waste too much time hunting for or administering information instead of spending time in front of customers selling. A third common major issue is ineffective selling. Getting into a deal is one thing, but successfully closing it once you are in a qualified opportunity is another. Often, lack of effective standards, guidelines, or controls make sales reps fall back to their own individual ways, which often will not produce the win rates or deal times desired by an organization. Fourth, poor predictability is another key challenge for many sales executives. In many organizations, there is no visibility to the entire pipeline, or projections are inaccurate. How reliable is a forecast, and what level of confidence can be had in people's forecast for actually delivering on their target? Inefficiencies here result in poor revenue predictability and, for manufacturing companies in particular, in unreliable demand signals for supply chain planning processes. We'll talk more about that issue later on in this discussion. A key reason for Salesforce SFA's market leadership and success is the business value it brings to sales organizations. Salesforce SFA not only provides a powerful solution to these commonly found issues in a company's sales processes, it's also a key enabler for a level of sales process excellence that allows an organization to differentiate itself from its competitors. First, Salesforce SFA helps an organization to build a stronger pipeline. It helps optimize lead management through powerful and flexible lead capture, routing, qualification, and conversion capabilities. Using Salesforce SFA for lead optimization has helped companies reach new levels of sales and marketing alignment and significantly reduce lead cycle times from weeks or months down to as little as a day. Second, it helps making the entire sales organization more productive and allowing reps to maximize their selling time. Companies using Salesforce SFA have achieved tremendous improvements in sales productivity, some up to measured 20% or more, which means the gain of an entire workday per week for additional value-added selling time. Third, it helps improve selling effectiveness by bringing together a company's sales methodology, best practices, and tools that empower each rep to be as effective as the top performers. Salesforce SFA customers report substantial gains in sales effectiveness. There are case studies of companies who have seen their win rates double and their cross-sell and upsell opportunities increase by as much as 500%. Fourth, Salesforce SFA helps provide complete visibility to pipeline information and enables reps, managers, and executives to confidently forecast their numbers and avoid unpleasant surprises to the business. SFA customizable forecasting capability supports both the science and the arts aspect of a forecasting process. It provides full visibility to forecasts as well as to related pipeline information. Customer success metrics in this area include increase in pipeline visibility by 50%, reduction of forecast preparation time from 1 week to 0, or reduction in forecast variance to 2%. Above and beyond delivering value to sales organizations with our own Salesforce SFA product, we provide our customers with easy access to powerful applications that effectively extend and complement Salesforce SFA and help achieve excellence in areas beyond the core sales processes optimized by our own solution. The AppExchange is our online marketplace with over 800 free and fee-based applications that allow you to extend CRM functionality or access new functionality relevant to your business. In just a few clicks, you can go from business need to deployed solution. It's easy and fast to find, trial, install, and customize business applications that, once deployed with a few clicks, seamlessly connect with your existing Salesforce environment. The solutions we're covering in this presentation today can all be found on the AppExchange. If you're not familiar with the AppExchange, I encourage you to view the Getting Started with AppExchange webinar currently available on the website. Let's now take a look at some more process challenges and how some of the partner applications out there provide excellent solutions to these challenges. A process area where many organizations face issues and have room for improvement is configuration, pricing, and quoting, also referred to as CPQ. As mentioned before, early-stage companies are more likely to focus on selling new, innovative products in the market. However, as products standardize and become more mainstream, customers expect a highly optimized buying experience and look for an organization to have standardized processes and flawless execution. For those products that are available off the shelf, customers expect automatic and competent vendor interactions, i.e. flawless customer-facing business processes. In a standardized product environment, a mistake in an order can be costly and a risk to customer satisfaction. And even if there are no additional costs to the customer, there are often internal costs associated with fixing these order entry mistakes. For some industries like manufacturing, this cost can be as expensive as the hourly wages of field technicians on site to install a critical component left out in the ordering process. In companies that sell products with big bills of materials and paper or spreadsheet-based catalogs, it takes a long time for new salespeople to get up to speed with the system. Sales teams that hire frequently or have to incorporate salespeople and product lines acquired in a merger can find this a daunting challenge. Training and retraining is a high cost that can often be eliminated with systems that include workflow processes that maximize a rep's effectiveness. Quoting and pricing issues also affect the sales process in more mature companies. For example, there is increasing pressure on executives coming from boards of directors and shareholders to standardize discount policies and to monitor and manage that process. Often, early-stage companies manage discounts through email between the sales rep and the sales manager, an ad hoc process that is wide open to abuse. Without a system to manage the discount policies, the sales process can be subject to unnecessary delay, and a sales rep may take liberties with discounting. Worse still is the fact that the whole process can only be audited with great difficulty, if at all, so many companies have no idea what they may be losing through inappropriate discounting. We'll hear later from Sonitrol Corporation, who faces similar hurdles with their manual pricing and quotation processes. A good CPQ system can meet all of these challenges by automating the input and management of core product information, by providing workflow and audit trails for the whole configuration to quote process, and by placing checks and balances in discounting. Let's look at some of the solutions available on the AppExchange that will help you optimize processes in this area. Filepon provides a great solution available on the AppExchange that allows you to reduce quote complexity and automate the approval process. It's integrated with Salesforce.com and gives sales professionals a range of functionality that assists them in quickly generating correctly priced configurations for product lines with a large number of components. Filepon's product integrates workflow to eliminate or greatly reduce the bottlenecks associated with approvals, such as discounting, and audit trail to support Sarbanes-Oxley and similar compliance regulations. Business rules associated with online price books make it possible for new or inexperienced sales reps to correctly and accurately configure and price customer solutions without needing complex training. As you can see on the screenshot here, Filepon provides an application that seamlessly integrates into the Salesforce Opportunities tab so that a sales rep can easily configure and price a product right within the standard application flow they're already used to. Another compelling solution available on the AppExchange is provided by Big Machines. They offer a suite of on-demand products that streamline the inquiry-to-order process. The suite enables companies to reduce the number of process steps and therefore the potential for error in building configurations, pricing them, and generating accurate quotations. The improved accuracy and precision goes hand in hand with lower costs because automation eliminates duplication of effort, such as redundant data entry. And it ensures that configurations are accurate and include all necessary and recommended components and services. You can quickly generate rich proposals while working on the Big Machines quote seamlessly inside the Salesforce.com opportunity. Edits to line items, quantities, and discount, and pricing on each line item can also be done with the Salesforce opportunity page. Information for the proposal is automatically populated from account and contact records in Salesforce. Sales reps don't have to use manual processes and enter data multiple times before they can provide an accurate quote to a prospective customer. Big Machines customers cluster in industrial, medical, software, and high-tech markets where complex products are offered with many different pricing options and proposal outputs. Another area with process challenges for many companies is contract management. In the discussion of process standardization, contracts simply represent the opposite end of a long continuum that starts with product configuration. Ironically, many of the same people affected in the CPQ process are also affected by contracts, salespeople and their managers. However, the contracting process has the potential to impact others in the company as well. For example, the general counsel's office is a prime target, but so is the CFO, especially when trying to close a financial reporting period. It's surprising to see how many companies that automate the CPQ process still generate contracts in a manual or near manual fashion. However, the same technology approaches that ensure that all relevant components get included in a configuration can be used effectively to ensure a contract is well defined. Since the contracting process can extend the sales process at times when both parties wish to conclude an agreement, it makes good sense to use appropriate automation at this end of the process chain as well. A lack of contract management process can lead to missed opportunities because the sales organization did not have access to contracts or couldn't find them. So we're not able to cross-sell, renew, or upsell. Sales will frequently pursue unprofitable deals because of a lack of understanding of the contract that is being created. Across the contract value chain, many participants are involved in the process, and the handoffs between these organizations is usually manual. This results in long sourcing cycles, less spend under contract, and non-competitive negotiations. For most companies, there is no such thing as a standard contract. Sales reps and legal departments prefer to have a contract template with many options to alter to keep customers happy. However, This can easily balloon into too many contract variations and compliance issues if the contracts don't follow necessary business rules. Finally, not only does the manual process in creating contracts lead to long cycles, but the iteration and handoff to customers can take weeks, if not months, for most companies. Manual processes like printing, faxing, and process delivery not only add to time to the contract process, but they also add unneeded costs as well. So let's take a look at some of the solutions available on the AppExchange that help establish process excellence in this area. Aptus is one of the solutions available on AppExchange that was built natively on our Force.com platform, which means it's running on Salesforce.com server in Salesforce.com data centers. Aptus provides end-to-end contract management and makes it as easy as possible for organizations to streamline their proposal and contract management process. The company spent great effort to build a contracts tool featuring a Word plugin interacting with Salesforce.com. On top of that platform, Aptus provides the 5 essentials for the contract process, including contract authoring, versioning and approval processes, compliance, analytics, and signature management. Aptus integrates with popular office productivity software packages for email, calendar, and word processing. A full range of dashboards, workflow, and reports ensures that users can not only generate and deliver agreements, but also manage their production, use, and archive. Aptus leverages all of Salesforce.com's platform capability, including integration, performance, internationalization, and SLAs. EchoSign is a sophisticated and easy-to-use tool for securely capturing signatures. Users register for the EchoSign service and thereafter are able to receive and approve agreements from any outside source. Recipients do not need an EchoSign account to approve or sign an agreement. The EchoSign process involves 4 basic steps. Upload either electronic copy or fax a hard copy if you require a written signature. Enter the email address for the recipient and send. Second step is recipients receive a PDF copy of the original, which they can electronically sign or print, sign, and refax to EchoSign. Thirdly, all participants are emailed fully signed agreements back. And fourthly, EchoSign offers clear visibility into the signing process by storing agreements in the user's account and offering a full suite of management tools that enable users to send reminders, share documents, view documents history and audit trail, and enter notes. EchoSign for Salesforce delivers seamlessly integrated on-demand contract management for sell-side contracts, allowing Salesforce users to send a contract directly from a Salesforce account and track the real-time status of all contracts. In addition, users can create a dashboard to measure the % of agreements closed, contract close times, unsigned agreements, and agreements by sender. As mentioned before, visibility to pipeline information and reliability of forecasts is another challenge in any organization. Very often, the idea of forecasting is limited to the experience of salespeople and their managers who are trying to accurately predict the revenue that will accrue within a given reporting period. However, sales or revenue forecasting is really only a subset of overall business forecasting, which in the case of manufactured goods especially can be very intricate. The forecasting process is very different for companies that deliver configured or manufactured products rather than goods that can be mass-produced, such as software distribution packs or services. Manufacturers, especially those with global supply chains, must have the ability to deconstruct quotes into component quantities and their associated prices and convey that information correctly to suppliers to ensure availability of parts and to lock in pricing. More importantly, each component involved in any configuration has such attributes as availability, lead time, and price, and many prices are based on volume agreements. So getting the forecast right is essential to ensuring product delivery when promised and to fulfilling commitments up and down the supply chain. Manufacturing companies that work with direct and indirect sales forces as well as extended supply chains are vulnerable to even small variances from forecasts. So it's very important for these companies to understand quantities, prices, and any special promises or circumstances, so a forecast must be more inclusive than a simple dollar amount and a probability of close. Traditional forecasting, especially using manual spreadsheets, can be complex and tedious. In this inefficient process, individuals prepare their forecasts, each of which carries its own potential for error, and companies roll them up to higher levels, which effectively compounds the potential for error. In addition, spreadsheet-based forecasting is complicated, and large companies may only be able to roll up their forecasts infrequently, a few times per year in some cases. For manufacturers, infrequent forecasting leaves many of them exposed to error and ties up capital in excess inventory. Let's take a look at a partner solution that is well suited to support forecasting processes in manufacturing enterprises where early visibility into predicted demands is especially important to supply chain planning functions. Right90 provides an on-demand business forecasting solution for companies that manufacture or configure products with multiple permutations. With Right90, companies move beyond sales opportunity pipeline snapshots to granular SKU-level forecasts that detail what needs to be built and delivered and when. This granularity gives greater insight into orders that benefit several groups. For sales managers, insight provides greater accountability and accuracy in the forecast. For suppliers, insight enables them to line up their own suppliers and schedule more cost-efficient production. For company managers, insight into the forecast enables the company to better manage its cash and inventory. Right90 enables companies to consolidate and review their forecasts more frequently, thereby enabling them to more frequently identify changes in price and quantities. This early warning helps executives better manage the plan and avoid unforeseen disruptions. Right90 allows you to do your forecasting within Salesforce and roll up this forecast real-time across all opportunities. In the screenshot above, you can see how Right90 and FilePond integrate with Salesforce to give salespeople all the information they need to quickly and accurately configure products of any complexity. As they finalize products and options, sales reps can also get recommendations on products with potential upsell opportunities or higher margin. This is an important part of better demand forecasting, and these two solutions, both available on the AppExchange, provide seamless linkage between the CPQ and forecasting processes. Let's now turn to our customers on this call to tell us about their experience in using some of the applications we just went through. I'm going to turn it over to Scott from Pearson Packaging Systems. Scott, take it away.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to participate in this presentation. I guess I'll start out here a little bit by telling you some more about Pearson Packaging Systems and then go over some of the challenges that we had prior to using Salesforce and some of the AppExchange partners that we've chosen to work with. So a little bit about Pearson. We are a 53-year-old privately held company based in Spokane, Washington. We've grown from our start into one of the nation's leading manufacturers of packaging machinery systems, including such machines like case erectors, robotic case packers, case sealers, robotic palletizers, and other specialized products. Really, our customers are large manufacturers in the food and beverage segments, as well as consumer products, durables, electronics, and others. So again, we've got a wide variety of customers and a long history with lots of different engineered type systems. Some of the challenges we really faced prior to using Salesforce.com and AppExchange solutions, obviously there's many challenges, but some of the ones that we faced, especially from a sales organization, was there's really no shared access to customer data that was residing or living in individual contact managers. So it was really not relational at all, but all very much islands of information. And, of course, that led to things like inaccurate sales forecasts as well as just misinformation in general, and which also made it very difficult for us as business managers back at the plant to make any real good decisions. So what we really figured out is that we really needed to try to gain 360-degree visibility into our customers, and that goes from the sales perspective as well as a service perspective. Again, with machines in 30 countries worldwide, as well as a large base of machines out there, it could become very difficult to manage that without some sort of system. So what we did is we did make a decision back in 2001 to engage with Salesforce.com. We got started pretty slowly, but we ramped up pretty quickly, and as of today, we've got about 50-plus unlimited edition Salesforce.com licenses, and we are currently working with about 11 different AppExchange partners, and we've got those apps deployed across sales and marketing for the most part. And if you want to go ahead and go to the next slide there, one of the things that Frank's touched on here, obviously a number of apps, but really is the CPQ process, the quoting, how we go about that. And one of the things, again, with our product line, because it's highly complex, we did face some unique challenges, and I'll talk a little bit about those. One one of the things we faced prior to Salesforce.com is we have a very complex sales cycle with complex product, as I mentioned, and so quote accuracy sometimes was at risk. And what I mean by that is because of the engineered components in a particular product, even though we do have some core products, there's still an engineering element or customization element that if you don't really have tribal knowledge or an understanding of what needs to happen, you could put yourself at risk of misquoting a customer. And those can be very costly mistakes to the tune of several $1,000s per quote. Another problem that we face is really the integration between our legacy ERP applications and Salesforce.com. We didn't have any sort of integration with our previous quoting system, but and what would happen there was we would run into situations where maybe costs had increased or things have been discontinued and new pieces of information came into the picture, and we wouldn't really have visibility to that, and as such our margin decisions and discounting decisions were severely affected, and it took quite a long time to respond to the customer needs and also know if we were actually making a good business decision. So, and I think tied to that obviously is just the maintenance costs for managing all these different databases and legacy CRM systems, so on and so forth. So again, to address that, what we did in terms of a solution is regarding the sales cycles, we chose to go with a company that we found in the AppExchange and also down at Dreamforce with a company called Big Machines. And this company is a supplier of a complex quoting and configuration tool that really has helped us solve a lot of these problems that we have. What it really has done is it's allowed us to create rules which in the years past, we weren't really able to do that, and there was no mechanism to create rules whereby even a newer sales rep could go in and configure a product without needing to have that tribal knowledge necessarily. And as a result of that, we really have reduced the number of errors in our system. And again, a direct result of that is savings in terms of time wasted fixing things as well as dollars, which is very important. Another real benefit to that was now that we've got the Big Machine system in place, it used to be that we had to manage a lot of different quote templates and a lot of different information, which we no longer really have to do. It generates a very, very nice, rich quote based on inputs that are entered into the rules-based configurator. And the beautiful thing about Big Machines and the tie into Salesforce is the information is bidirectional. So there's a time savings there, obviously, but also it's web-based. And that web-based function really allowed us to roll the quoting function, at least for first-pass quotes, out to the field sales reps, which in effect has obviously saved time and enabled us to use resources better, but most importantly, it's really helped us respond to our customers' requests much more quickly, and that's obviously key for any business. I guess getting to the next piece here, we've also looked at product configurations as they're integrated in Salesforce.com. One thing that, again, I talked about it a bit earlier is the benefit of having the ERP system tied into Salesforce.com. I mean, we were able to take a very intense, very time-consuming process and save a lot of time by tying those two systems together. Another big benefit of that really was reducing the engineering time and the time project managers were spending after the sale was closed in order to generate the bill of materials. The rules generated up front essentially created the bill of materials and have streamlined that process on the back end. One of the other things we've done as far as Big Machines goes is we've really tried to deploy this integrated solution to all sales and project management personnel as well. So we already talked a little bit about the sales, but the project management personnel are also using this in order to ensure that the bill of materials are appropriately managed, and there's a lot less paperwork now in order to release it to engineering. So I guess just to kind of recap a little bit, as far as the way it was then, I mean, we were making costly mistakes during the quoting process, and of course that's not acceptable. And now we have rules-based configurators that have really reduced those costly mistakes. And another thing that we talked about a bit was our decision-making ability was impeded due to lack of real-time cost data. And, really now our decision-making ability was improved by tying directly to our ERP system. All the costs are updated on a real-time basis, and that really was a major help for us in terms of responding to our customers, knowing we're making good business decisions. And one of the other things that was happening back before we had Salesforce with Big Machines was there was significant time wasted in formatting quotes. Now that we have these nice, rich, pre-formatted templates, there's a large time savings as well as a reduced administrative cost, which, again, has been a big benefit for all of us. And then, lastly, and I think most importantly, is just our ability to respond to customer requests while in the field. Previously, there was a lot of Word documents and things being managed internally and chance for a lot of errors to happen, and also a lot of data was residing on field salespeople's laptops, and it wasn't relational. And as a result of that, they either couldn't log into real-time information and do quotes quickly, or it just wasn't possible at all. So again, that web-based aspect of the tool really has helped our business overall.
Thanks, Scott. That was great. Good to hear that you're having such success with AppExchange solutions. I'll now turn it over to Alex Gellman, who is the president and CEO of Sonitrol Corporation. Alex.
Thank you, Frank. Sonitrol is a national security system integrator and monitoring company. We sell intrusion alarms, access control systems, video systems, and fire systems, using a mix of both proprietary products that we manufacture and third-party products. Some of our sales can be pretty complex. When we acquired the company in 2004, Frank, we had almost all of the challenges that you mentioned. We had paper price books with the sales force distributed nationally. The sales reps did not have laptops. We had very little consistency in what was being sold in terms of third-party equipment and very little control over discounting. In addition, the visibility to the sales pipeline, both pre-sale activity and actually as sales closed, was quite limited, and individual rep activity was virtually impossible to get to. Lastly, we were prone to significant configuration errors where we would either mismatch equipment, miss equipment, or underestimate labor requirements to complete an installation. So as you can imagine, it didn't take us long to figure out that we needed a Salesforce management tool, but we decided we needed a Salesforce management tool and a price configurator that worked together, that were integrated. We liked the Salesforce application. As part of the process, we looked at a bake-off, essentially, of 4 vendors, but we wanted that pricing configurator, and specifically, we wanted one that could handle the nature of our business. We have essentially 2 sale prices to a customer. We have an installation price, which is the parts and labor for their initial install, and then we have what we call recurring monthly revenue, which is a monthly payment they make us for ongoing monitoring and system maintenance. Next slide, please. So when we selected Salesforce and Firepond, we decided to separate the install, the implementation. Because our Salesforce didn't have computers, let alone any tools like this, we decided to roll out Salesforce first and ran that for approximately 4 months just to get everybody comfortable and up to speed on the change. And then we took about 6 weeks to build the Firepond application for what we do specifically. And then we rolled that out, again, 4 months after we rolled out Salesforce. Once our representatives understood that it was not optional, the adoption moved quite fast, and it was really an amazing transition. The benefits that we've seen have been substantial from end to end. On the lead side, we obviously get great lead management visibility, and we can cost out very accurately our lead programs and put our money where the action is, essentially. But we have awesome visibility now to all levels, all the way down to the individual representative for activity, their pipeline, their forecast, the mix of business they're selling among our 4 product lines, what their close percentages are by product line, and we can target training to where it's needed. In addition, our margins have improved significantly because not only are we making less errors and we're not making configuration mistakes or labor hour mistakes, but we have a lot more visibility through the combined Salesforce FirePond tools to the field operations people, so they can look at proposed configurations before the sale and make sure that they're accurate. In addition, we have much faster reaction times. We can make changes in our business. As you can imagine, some of the equipment changes significantly. Some go up in price, some go down. We can quickly make changes in FirePond and roll it out to our entire sales force. We can also change vendors very, very quickly and eliminate a vendor who's maybe too expensive and substitute in a vendor who's less expensive virtually instantly. In addition, a benefit I really had not anticipated but that we realized was in training. Our new reps that we bring on get up to speed a lot faster because it can be somewhat daunting to configure multiple services for a single customer from a blank sheet of paper or from a thick price book that's written on paper. Whereas with this tool, they can go into through Salesforce into FirePond, and they, in essence, answer some questions, select what type of building, is it new construction or not, and they can go through and configure the system, and it will help them, suggest to them where they're making a mistake. You know, you pick the X, and it doesn't really work with Y. Are you sure you want Y? And that's really helped us quite a bit, but it's also, I think, made our sales process a little bit less intimidating to our new reps that we've hired. And during the course of the last 4 years, we've made 12 acquisitions. So these tools have really helped us rapidly convert the salespeople that we acquired over to our way of selling without much hiccup. In addition, we've now extended our use of Salesforce and FirePond into our back office. Initially, we had 100 licenses. We're now pushing up on 200 licenses. Some of that is because we've increased the size of our sales team, but a lot of that is because we've added our field operations managers, our order entry people, our install schedulers, so they can get the same visibility into our pipeline and into our orders as the sales team itself. So in summation, when you look at what was the impact of these tools on our business, it's been very substantial. We have, since 2004, we've increased our sales team by over 50%. We've increased our productivity per representative by over 60% at the same time, and we've been able to increase our margins. So that's kind of the triple header there. That's a pretty good formula. In 2007 alone, our productivity per month per sales rep went up 16%, and our margin went up 5%. So it continues to help us improve our business. And I guess in conclusion, I would say that there is absolutely no way we could have achieved these results without Salesforce and FirePond.
Great. Thanks, Alex, for sharing these success stories. Very powerful. This concludes our webinar. So thanks very much for attending. Scott, Alex, thanks for sharing your success with us. And we'll point you to the next part of our AppExchange webinar series that's available in mid-April, AppExchange 101 for integration. In the interim, if you need to learn more about the AppExchange, please go to the Getting Started with AppExchange webinar at the URL you see on this slide here. Thanks again for your time, and have a great day.